Live for it.
Welcome to East Grinstead Hockey TV and to the first game of Phase 3 of the England Hockey Women's Premier League. East Grinstead Women hosting that game against Wimbledon, and you'll see the Wimbledon team warming up in just a second as our camera shifts across to show the activity on the other side of the pitch. So just by way of confirmation, here's today's game. Thank you to our sponsors for supporting East Grinstead as we try to deliver the best live stream we can. And thank you for watching and joining us today for today's game. We'll do the squads in just a few moments, but today we have James Boylan as our match official, and the two umpires are Sophie Parker and Claire Barwood. So during the England hockey season, I know that there's a lot of people who are still trying to work out what the different phases mean and so on. So just very briefly, phase 1 happens between September and December. All the teams in the Premier League play each other one time. At the end of phase 1, the top 6 teams then go into phase 2 top 6, which happens between March and April, and the bottom 6 also play each other between March and April. At the end of phase 2, the 2 best teams in the bottom 6 get a reprieve and join the top 6, i.e. now a top 8, and phase 3 is where that top 8 divides into 2 groups of 4, and those 2 groups of 4 play each other for the prize of getting to the playoff finals, which this year will be hosted at the Nottingham Hockey Centre. So East Grinstead are playing in a group alongside Bowden, Hampstead and Westminster and Wimbledon. Meanwhile, the other group of 4 for the women's phase 3 is Clifton Robinsons, Loughborough Students, Reading and Surbiton. Notable also playing today is East Grinstead men's ones over at Old Georgians in their first phase 3 game. If we have a little look at East Grinstead's squad today, head coach Theo Dowds, manager Barney Furlong. There is Mila Welsh in goal, Olivia Shannon, Sally Syme, Millie Giglio, Courtney Hansford, Carlotta Gomez, Lily Walker, Ellie Rhea, Tess Howard, Bieber Mills, Chloe Brown, Molly Mason, Rosie Hope, Summer Knight Thompson, Emma Bandurak and Amelie Carter. As far as our visitors go, the Wimbledon team with head coach Kev Johnson, assistant coach Helen Jelly and manager not Kev Johnson, we'll correct that shortly. So in goal is just Buchanan, but number 2, Bronwyn Shields. Then we have Katie Birch, Anna Toman, Olivia Chilton, Sarah Jones, Becky Manton, Susie Petty, Lucy Holder, Beth Bingham, Megan Lewis-Williams, Lydia MacDonald, Fiona Crackles, Nicola Bowen, Flora Peel and Paige Gillett. And as you can see, both teams are actively warming up right now on the screen in front of you. As I say, it would be great to get some likes during the live stream. Hopefully we'll do a decent job for you today. If you like the live stream, what that does is it helps Google to put more hockey in your YouTube feed. Obviously it benefits us, but it also benefits you because it means you'll get more relevant content in your YouTube feed. And with the growth in hockey live streams that we're all seeing, which is fantastic, hopefully that will benefit you as well. And we like to get a few likes as well, and so we look forward to seeing those creep up during the game if you would be so kind. A subscribe is also good, and if you hit the bell button you'll get specific alerts about streams from the East Grinstead Hockey TV live stream. Those who like their hockey, tomorrow our EG Talent Academy is playing boys and girls matches against Guildford Talent Academy. Both those games will be streamed here, and just prior to that our under 14 boys will play against Reigate in a under 14 league game. I believe it's the final league game of the season, so great to watch some of the younger players plying their trade down here at EG. You might see a couple of small distortions in the corners of the screen. That's just the result of the water spraying up onto one of the cameras, but with the sunshine and the heat of the camera that evaporates pretty quickly, and with a bit of luck we'll have a nice clean picture for you throughout the game. Also love to see comments. If you got some feedback for us, don't be shy. Thanks for that first like, and let us know what your thoughts are. What do you think is going to happen in the other games today? There have been some games, I think, in the lower 4 that have already been played. Give us your feedback though, and share your comments with us on the live stream. We'll give you a shout out. Just prior to this game, East Grinstead's women's second team celebrated winning their league and promotion. Great achievement by the team. They've really stuck at it. Really good performances throughout the year. The groups learnt together and played some lovely hockey, and definitely some encouraging signs for the future with a number of young players emerging. East Grinstead men's threes also played their final game of the season just prior to that, and also secured promotion, so that's fantastic news for the club. So to have the women's twos and the men's threes finish their league today with promotion, and I understand also that East Grinstead's women's third team secured promotion as well, and we'll just double check that. They were away from home today, so quite a successful season for EG, and great opportunities next season for players to play at a higher level and test themselves against you know, the next level of hockey. I just saw the umpire signalling that there's 5 minutes to go. I think that was about a minute ago, and you can see some of the EG girls going into just underneath the camera shot here, just going back to the dugout probably to get themselves their final finishing touches on their kit and to prepare themselves for the game. Really big match this. The EG and Wimbledon have played some tough matches against each other over the last 2 or 3 years. Wimbledon are a very, very good side. Drew with EG in the 3rd, 4th place playoff at the end of last season. Although EG came out victors on the penalty shuffles, obviously there was nothing on that game apart from pride, but definitely a very, very strong side, Wimbledon, and many well-known names in this group. So we'll just bring the score graphic in. This phase of the competition still in 4 quarters, each of 17.5 minutes. So you'll see that clock countdown. If the game finishes in a tie, then it will move to shuffles with the potential for a bonus point for the team that wins those shuffles. So we're definitely now down to the business end of the season. I expect there'll be a lot of nerves out there on both sides, but this is what you play for, and I think they will enjoy the pressure. Out goes the corner protection equipment, quickly rushing out there. Here is one of our junior league coaches, Kev Diwali, looking to take some photographs of the team as they come out, and walking out with some of the ball patrol youngsters. And there, taking over from him, is Eva Gilbert, I'm sure she'll come back into picture again. No, there you have the top of the screen, the familiar figure of Chris Vallis-Wilson, our chairman. And there's Eva Gilbert. Many in the hockey world will know of Eva, fantastic photographer, can often be seen at EG, but also many other clubs as well, as she takes a lot of incredible action shots, including at the Super Sixes up in Derby, and so on. And there you go, out come the 2 sides, some of them with their ball patrol counterparts, and they get ready to line up. And after a season of really chilly weather, bitterly cold wind and rain, it's actually rather nice to play in the sunshine, but you can see the effect that's having on the pitch already. Maybe that they have to water it again at half time. Both teams' players greet each other, and the Wimbledon team run off to the left-hand side to the away goal to do their team huddle, and you'll see the EG team do the same at the other end. So we're just moments away from the start of the game. Here we go, the camera swings across, and there is the EG women's team. A lot of focus and attention there, as I'm sure there will be on the Wimbledon side as well. Both teams will want to begin phase 3 positively, with there being only 3 games, and the games to follow being both teams against Bowden and Hampstead and Westminster. They'll want to get some points here. Hampstead, of course, having done exceedingly well in the first half of the season, and really building on some strong outcomes from the last couple of seasons where they've had European competition, and I'm sure they'll be wanting to upgrade that this year by getting to the EHL. It looks like EG has the pushback, and there we go, the clock has begun. and Wimbledon have control of the ball for the first few moments, and they're playing the ball around the back. Liv Shannon on the left-hand side, pulling the ball out of trouble, but this has gone to the Wimbledon side, and efforts to defend from Emma Banderak there, leading to Wimbledon playing the ball off the back of the pitch. 4 Wimbledon players high in the press, and a fifth one moving out to the left-hand side. Very aggressive press there from Wimbledon, obviously signalling some intent there. Millie Giglio up there trying to receive that powerful shot out of defence, and now it comes up the left-hand side. Lily Walker in the centre of the pitch, as she has been frequently, and Chloe Brown there, number 17, deciding to play the ball back around to Banderak. Banderak to, I think that's Rosie Hope, and I expect that's Carlotta Gomez out there on the right. Now, first touch, I think, from Ellie Ray, not what she would be hoping for, and the ball played out wide to Wimbledon's right winger, who's looking to come inside and start to make something of that. Wimbledon have the ball in the circle, but it's a free hit on the attack for them just outside the circle. The 2.5 minutes gone, and I would say Wimbledon just edging it in terms of possession. I'm not sure if the first 2.5 minutes are something to judge things on, but Wimbledon definitely playing with calmness and composure. Gomez there in the middle trying to bring the ball out of defence, and Wimbledon bring the ball into the circle. A little bit of 3D skill leads to a short corner for Wimbledon. Save there by Mila Welsh. Let's see if we can. We won't look at the action replay just yet, as Wimbledon have their long corner. Again, Wimbledon applied the pressure with a high transfer, moving the ball around the left-hand side, looking to beat. I think that's Ellie Raya. Beaver Mills back in defence there alongside. Another opportunity for Mila Welsh to shine. So let's just have a little look at that, and we see this short corner. Yeah, flat by Mila Welsh and deflected over the top of the picture, over the top of the goal. Wimbledon managed to go around the back, but play the ball off the back of the pitch in doing so, and it's a 16 for East Grinstead. About 5 minutes gone of the first quarter. Molly Mason there picking up the ball, finding Tess Howard, but Tess's first touch let her down a little bit, surrounded by 3 Wimbledon players. Wimbledon smartly bring the ball out of the congestion. And again smartly bring the ball out of the defensive area. East Grinstead quite compact, forcing Wimbledon to play around, but Wimbledon doing that quite well. free hit for Wimbledon on the left-hand side. Wimbledon looking to try to get a short corner there. Good defending there, I think, from Carlota Gomez. Three players around EG player there. I think that's Millie Giglio. Three Wimbledon players waited for the ball to reach her and then pounced. Did a very good job of making it difficult for her to choose where to pass. And result is Wimbledon have the ball. Nice little defensive piece there by the East Grinstead defender. Can't quite see who that is from here. The last game between these two teams was at Wimbledon. 4-2 with East Grinstead scoring 4 goals and then Wimbledon really having a very, very good fourth quarter, bringing 2 back. Bizarrely, they'd actually played in a training match literally 3 days prior with a 2-2 draw. So, and as I say, a draw in the playoff, third, fourth place match last season gives you an indication of how unpredictable this game can be. Anyway, here comes Liv Shannon carrying the ball up, and I think that's Rosie Hope very high up the pitch, receiving the pass. But first time East Grinstead have ventured into the Wimbledon 25. Good pressure applied by East Grinstead this time, pressing, and now that they're further up the pitch, it'll be interesting to see how, with the roles reversed for a few moments, how Wimbledon are able to withstand a little bit of pressure. East Grinstead can keep hold of the ball. Nice play there by Molly Mason out to the left-hand side, and looks like it's a free hit for Wimbledon. I think that's Crackles in the middle there, doing a lovely job playing centre midfield. And a nice ball out there to the Wimbledon right wing. Very, very busy, squeezing it inside, looking for a pass to central midfield position. Mila Welsh forced to make a kick there, and she actually cleanly passes that to an East Grinstead player, and here's Summer Knight Thompson looking across the pitch there for her buddy Bieber Mills. Luckily the deflections come back to East Grinstead's possession. Thanks for the 3 likes, guys. It'd be great if we could get to 10 before the end of the first quarter. Would be fantastic. Would really appreciate it. Here's Emma Banderak. Out it comes to Molly Mason. Molly Mason to Courtney Hansford. Courtney tries to go between the 2 Wimbledon players and forces a foul. Ping pong into the circle, and Wimbledon bring the ball out, looking to consolidate their possession of the ball. You hear a lot of calling from the bench. Wimbledon's pass out of defence returns the ball back to East Grinstead. We'll just take the score out for a moment, give you a better view of the activity. There's Chloe Brown again, number 17, back to Banderack. Out it goes to Rosie Hope. Rosie plays it long, and the Wimbledon player struggles to control the ball and plays it off for a hit in. East Grinstead will look to move this around. You can see Molly Mason creeping up the pitch on the left hand side. Chloe Brown finds Molly. And calls there from Wimbledon that they believed, I think they believed Molly Mason was backing in there. It looked pretty stationary to me, but he's battling away there and prevented Wimbledon from bringing the ball out. And just approaching the last 5 minutes of the first quarter. Another smart save by Mila Welsh. Rosie Hope brings Amelie Carter, I think that is, bring the ball out and sensibly playing the ball back for retention. Amelie running off the pitch there on the bottom left of the screen. Rosie Hope swapping positions with Carlotta Gomez, as does Sally Syme with Lily Walker, number 12, at the bottom of your screen. Lovely play out there by Ellie Rea to the right hand side, and quick and early pass finds an East Grinstead player on the edge of the circle. Some 3D skills there, and a shot from Tess Howard, but the ball was already rising, and it must have got a deflection because that's a long corner for East Grinstead. So the pressure for East Grinstead turned into a 16 for Wimbledon. East Grinstead quite high. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an aerial here. She definitely, body shape looks like she was going for an aerial, but that's charged down by East Grinstead. Brings into the circle. That first time by Giglio looking to make a pass across the circle, couldn't quite find an East Grinstead player. But good pressure from East Grinstead. Unfortunately that turns into another 16 for Wimbledon, but better to be playing up this end of the pitch for EG, so it's a slight improvement on the first 5 to 7 minutes. Thanks for the 5 likes. We got 3 minutes to get it up to 10. Anything you can do, guys, just click the like, doesn't cost you anything. Really appreciate it. Here come Wimbledon on a counter attack, and Bieber Mills rushing back, more to her game than scoring goals. Deflection of the ball up looks to have hit Emma Banderack in the head, and it looks like Emma's going off to get a little bit of attention. Who was in the wars last week. I think she got hit multiple times. injection from Wimbledon. Charged down by East Grinstead, and looks like that was Carlotta Gomez who played the ball out off the left-hand side of the pitch, EG's defensive left-hand side. But Wimbledon go again, recycling the ball nicely. They're going to play the ball around, possibly look to attack down the left-hand side. Both sides shuffle over, and now Wimbledon look to see which is the best plan of attack, left or the right. Lovely ball to the Wimbledon forward. He brings it inside, but EG just managed to take the ball off and managed to play a pass to a teammate in that really tight, congested area. And while keeping the ball moving, win another free hit. So 45 seconds. Are we going to get the 10 likes? Just 2 to go. It's unlucky there for Wimbledon. I thought that was a great take. Here comes Ellie Rea out to Courtney Hansford. Ellie goes around the back. And a penalty stroke. Well, difficult to tell here. Let's have a look. So here's Ellie Rea going around the back. Looks like she was taken by the goalkeeper, and so I guess although they allowed the time for the shot, it was judged to be a penalty stroke. Number 15, Bieber Mills, stepping up to have a crack at this one. Wimbledon having a conversation with both umpires. Clearly they don't agree. I think they don't agree with the decision. It looks like it stands, and Bieber Mills not looking at the goal whilst that was all going on, and is now getting herself tuned in to take the penalty stroke. And she dispatches it with aplomb, and so that is a goal for Bieber Mills of East Grinstead. Let's see if we can see that. Here it goes, bottom left hand corner. Very nice. So that brings the score to East Grinstead 1 and Wimbledon 0, and confirmation there is the goal scorer Bieber Mills, and we need to change that number. She's no longer 23, she's now number 15, so I'm sure I'll be corrected on that graphic later on this evening, but there we go, confirmation that East Grinstead's first goal of the game scored by young Bieber Mills from a penalty stroke. Now we're past the clock now. One like. We just need one like. If we can get one like in the next few seconds before the whistle goes, then we get to 10. That'll be amazing. There's a rampaging attack down the right hand side, and EG managed to put the ball on a foot, and there must have been a couple of stoppages because by my clock we're well past the 17.5 minutes. Here's Gomez on the ball, and she elects to play the ball back into Lily Walker with 3 players looking to her, and he manages to thread the ball through, and there is the end of the first quarter. So there is confirmation of the score at the end of the first quarter, as both teams go in for their huddles. They've got about 1 minute to get ready for the second period. So I would say thank you for the extra likes, appreciate it. We're on 13, really love that. Thanks very much for the appreciation. And Wimbledon I would say may feel slightly hard done by. Had a lot of possession in advanced areas of the pitch. Really structured play. Used the width well. I think Mila Welsh has made a number of important saves, and so the score maybe doesn't fully reflect the balance of play. There's a long way, however, to go in this game. One of our ball patrollers practicing juggling. Ball from the umpire of 30 seconds. Out go the Wimbledon team. And out go the EG team. A reasonable group of coming to watch the game in the sunshine. And here we have the beginning of the second quarter. Begins with Liv Shannon rushing up the left-hand side, putting it on a tumbling Wimbledon player's foot. Chloe Brown brings it to Lily Walker. Lily out to Carlotta Gomez. And I think that would be Rosie Hope up there on the right-hand side, surrounded by the four players. Plays the ball into the circle, but gets chopped in doing so. EG's goal coming about 1 minute from the end of the first period. That aerial there from Lily Walker into the circle, dangerous position for them to receive the ball. Couldn't turn it into a corner or a chance though. Interesting seeing Lily doing that. We missed Grace Ballston today. Would have normally expected Grace to be throwing those aerials. And we wish Grace lots of good wishes with her little injury, and we hope to see her back in the team very, very soon. And we may not see so much of Amy Thompson and Alex Meltzer, but best wishes to those two as well, and also to Pippa Locke, who I think with a bit of luck may make it back into the team this season. Lots of injuries to contend with. Rapid early pass up the left there by Chloe Brown. Tess Howard couldn't quite trap the ball. Tess Howard had a phenomenal game last weekend against Surbiton away in a 5-3 win. EG going 2 goals down and doing well to bring it back to 2-2. Of course, then Surbiton went 3-2 ahead, and then East Grinstead managed to get 3 goals to win the game at 5-3. A couple of goals for Tess herself, a couple of goals for Bieber Mills, and a goal for Liv Shannon. So really good team performance, great determination. Quality team. Surbiton's 2 goals coming from short corners. And here Wimbledon returned to a familiar pattern of play that they were exhibiting in the first quarter, moving the ball around in a relatively high transfer and then looking for entries down the flanks. Chloe Brown there backing up in that left half position. Interesting Ellie Rare. Or is that Tess Howard? I think that might be. I think that was Tess there. Yeah, number 14 thought she could get back into the circle along the goal line. Nearly did it, but angle's a little bit tight. Good outlet there by Wimbledon. EG putting them under some pressure now in the second phase. Looking to force that error. Getting a little bit scrappy out there, but Wimbledon quality on the ball there. Retains possession. Nice play up the left-hand side by Wimbledon. All the way up the left-hand side. Playing the ball around the back. Chloe Brown under a lot of attention, but plays it inside to Sally Symes. Sally Symes, number 4, also has had a fantastic few weeks, covering a lot of ground there to make herself available. Lots of space over here on the right for Wimbledon. Over comes Liv Shannon to cause some difficulties for the Wimbledon player. I think the Wimbledon player's now won a long corner. Thank you for the likes, everybody. 6 to go to get to 20. Got 12 minutes. Chloe Brown on the ball. And Carlotta Gomez playing in the centre, and out to Emma Bandrak, who's moved across to the right. Nice little piece of skill there by Carlotta Gomez to bring the ball out. And now EG have an opportunity to move the ball up the pitch. And take it back around to the right. I think that could be Giglio with the ball there, looking for Bieber Mills, or Summer Knight Thompson, I think that is. Chloe Brown getting 2 touches on the ball there. Is that enough to disrupt the attack? I think it has been in concert with her teammates, but he's played it straight back to the Wimbledon player with her free hit, and in looking to recover from that situation, she has given away a free hit to Wimbledon just on the outside of the circle. And now Wimbledon are in a dangerous position in the circle. And it's a long corner for Wimbledon. Thank you, Peter G. It's helpful to get that comment. Appreciate the feedback. Big chop there by Wimbledon. I think a snapshot there might have been dangerous for EG, but in the end it was a shot against an EG stick. Giglio plays it back to Emma Banderack. Shannon comes off, Molly Mason comes on, Lily Walker comes on. Wimbledon on the attack. Wimbledon with third man obstruction, giving the ball back to East Grinstead, and EG have it on the top of the circle. Lily Walker in the unaccustomed position of on the left flank. Nice little reverse stick pass there, and of course, who should receive the ball? Lily Walker. Lily goes around the back, looking to create something dangerous, and wins East Grinstead a short corner. Maybe worth having a little look at that while they set themselves up. Here comes Lily around that left-hand side. I'm asking myself, has she done too much? But just a nice little dink onto the Wimbledon defender's foot. Just as she comes around the circle. Nice play. So a little bit of confusion there for EG. No Bieber Mills on the pitch, and Giglio and Rosie Hope looking like they were ready to take a drag flick, but when it got stopped, neither of them knew what they were doing. That's obviously something you're going to need to work on in training. Here they are again, both standing one behind the other. And then a hit into the circle by Lily Walker, which looks like it might have caused an injury for the Wimbledon player. Well, you'll be glad to know I'm now joined by Ben Barden, the probably basking in the glory of his women's second team's league win. Welcome, Ben.
Hi Simon, thanks for having me. Yeah, no, it was a good win versus Reigate, and hang on, I'm just going to pause there. And Wimbledon attacking the right hand side of the circle, come in and dealt with quite well by Rosie. Is that Rosie Hope there?
I think it is.
Yeah, and then Lil coming away from the ball wins the free hit. Yeah, no, we had a good game against Reigate. We finished up 2 weeks ago now against Helsham. So last 2 weeks have just been a nice celebration basically of what we've been doing all year. So yeah, off into the Premier Division for the area next year, which should be good fun, to be honest.
Good. So for the viewers and listeners, now they can have some commentary by someone who actually knows what they're talking about. So Ben, I'll say less than more rather than more, and I'll hand over duties to you while I do the button pressing.
Lovely
Thanks
stuff.
For coming.
EG keeping the ball to this right hand side here. Well won. Circle entry at the top now. Tess looking for a corner, manages to get it. EG with another penalty corner. Hopefully now an opportunity to double the lead. Evan Banderat coming over with the crucial information from the bench. And Courtney Hansford will inject the ball. Wimbledon being a pretty tricky customer for EG over the last couple of years. We enjoyed a really good away win at the start of phase 2 against them, which was nice to score lots of goals. First time I think we've won in a while actually away at Rains Park, so good to convert on that opportunity. At the moment you've got Giglio on the left, Castle there, well the only Castle actually, Giglio from the top, low flick, and actually it's gone into Tess Howard's foot, so it will be a Wimbledon free out. Restarted really quickly through Sarah Jones, who moves it swiftly on to Becky Manton out on this right hand side, who looks to dart in field and feed someone else, but nice little touch from Hansford. Diverts that counter-attack opportunity. Chloe Brown gets us underway. And ball out with Carlotta now, who opts to come back out. Lily Walker asking for the ball to be played out towards this left-hand side. been a great day in the sunshine so far. Every single home team today has won their game, starting off with the men's threes, who are looking for a promotion off their game. We'll yet to see whether they do actually get promoted, but they won their game this morning against Brighton. Men's twos rounded off with like a 7-0 win, I think, against Mid-Sussex. That was amazing. And then women's twos with a 4-2 win against Reigate. So all home teams converting so far. Women's ones would make it 4 out of 4. Tess Howard here with a diving opportunity at goal, scoring 2 fantastic forehand strikes away at Surbiton last week.
We can just have a look at the replay here as the ball comes in, and she comes trying to get in front of the defender. That all just seemed to miss the top of the crossbar.
Carlotta now under close attention from the Wimbledon forward. Ball back out now with Lily Walker taking up a centre-back position. Chloe Brown in a bit more of an advanced space, likes to have a little drift through. All out the top now, can't be trapped by Banderak, and it will be a Wimbledon 16. So yeah, we enjoyed a really good victory over Surbiton the other day up at Sugden Road, which was fantastic. Nice to win away on their home turf, which is fantastic. Again, Tess being involved in 2 out of the 4 goals, sort of just willed the ball into the net. And yeah, good to put 5 past one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league still. Hampstead enjoying a phase 2 win, but we're yet to see whether the pools will do anything and make who will make the playoffs, basically.
Is that Hampstead result just now? So phase 3 win. We'll see what we can find out about scores of matches that are in play.
So in Pool A today, we've got Hampstead actually have won 2-0 against Bowden at home. We obviously play Wimbledon this week. Next week's fixtures are as follows. We take on Bowden at home. Hampstead will take on Wimbledon. If we flick over towards the other pool though, Pool B, we've got Surbiton who take on Clifton at 4 o'clock. That's just started. And Reading actually will take on Loughborough Students in about 45 minutes. So only one result in today, Hampstead against Bowden. We are the second one on today. Again, people continue to be a little bit confused by the new league restructuring and how everything plays out, and sort of rightfully so. It is a little bit complicated, but after the league is split into the top 6 and bottom 6, the people who finish in the top 8 positions then split into 2 pools, who then compete to finish top 2 in their pool, and then that final 4 will make the semi-finals and finals of the league, basically. So a little bit of an interesting one when it comes to matchups. You get more interesting matchups, but then you tend to play the same teams quite a lot. So there's mixed reviews about the new league restructuring, but hopefully it provides the top teams with more opportunities to play the top teams, but it does get a bit repetitive, especially for the bottom few teams who just continue to play the other bottom few teams. Hannah Toman beats someone like Thompson inside, looks to connect forwards, but not received. Slight hits a thigh in frustration there, and it will be an EG16.
By our clock also, that's the end of this quarter. I suspect there's a few minutes added on because there was a bit of a discussion about the penalty stroke. Did you see the penalty stroke?
I haven't seen the penalty stroke. What was it given for?
Ellie Rea went around the left-hand side along the baseline, and as she attempted to pull the ball back, she tripped over the Wimbledon goalkeeper. They did play on for, I think, a fraction of a second. It looked like they gave EG the chance for a shot, and yet they still gave the penalty stroke. So I think that's why the Wimbledon team was upset.
Ah, I see. In other news, we've got the relegation playoffs. University of Nottingham beat Sutton Coldfield, unsurprisingly, in a 5-1 win at Nottingham Hockey Centre. Sutton, I mean, bless them, they continue just to sort of suffer as the whipping boys of this league. And the University of Birmingham put 6 past Holcombe. So big news for Simon and I, as we are alumni from the University of Birmingham, so we enjoyed that. But 6 past Holcombe, that is a big scoreline. Let's have a look at the goal scorers. No news in actually on the team data from the University of Birmingham, but Robin Hodges got a green card in the 59th minute. We can only imagine that's out of frustration after conceding 6 goals. But big scoreline, especially in the bottom half of the table. Not something we're used to seeing, to be honest. But well done to the University of Birmingham.
So I think we can maybe just have a quick look at a couple of those replays. So in no particular order, here's the first short corner for Wimbledon, and Mila logs very effectively and puts it over the top of the crossbar. As you can see, this is in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Anna Toman just going for the straight strike there, but Mila doing really well. I mean, there was a straight strike last week, which actually she didn't log for. It didn't end up going particularly well, but actually good to see. Correct decision made. If we look at this next opportunity here.
Here's Ellie when she won the penalty stroke. So you can see here she gets taken by the goalkeeper, but then it looks like Giglio or Shannon, I think Shannon has a chance to take a shot. So maybe that's why Wimbledon were upset.
Yeah, I mean, giving the advantage and then going back to the decision is like, well, you can't have both. So yeah, interesting one there, but we'll take it and move forward. This is Mills converting on the penalty stroke, going towards Buchanan's right-hand side. Nicely converted opportunity.
Here's Lily doing a replica of Ellie's run and just carefully putting it on the Wimbledon foot as she goes around. I wish I had those skills.
No, she's one of the few people who've got this reverse stick carry on the toe at pace, and it's pretty difficult to manage, to be honest. You can see our chairman there just doing.
This is Giglio stepping in front of the player to try to. Tess Howard, stepping in front of the player to try to get that shot away.
Yeah, just a little touch over the bar.
Just shows, doesn't it? If you can get that extra yard of space in front of the player, you're going to score. I mean,
Tess
being one
of those few players who actually will just throw her body at stuff to make sure she gets something towards goal. And it's much more important that it goes towards goal than how it's going towards goal. So, yeah, we shall see. So we're moving into the fourth quarter now.
Correct, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments.
live for it.
Might get a couple of rainbows on the screen in a moment as the sun interferes with the water, and as I said before the game, you can see that sun. It's definitely drying the pitch out faster than normal. The players are going to want a nice wet pitch for the second half. Thanks for the 14 likes. We really appreciate it. We do put a lot of effort in to try to do these live streams, and if likes are free and feedback is free, so any likes and feedback you can offer us are greatly received. Thank you very much. Just a reminder of the score as we head into the third quarter. It's currently East Grinstead 1, Wimbledon 0. As I said, I would say that's not necessarily a reflection on the balance of play. Wimbledon having had some real structure to their game, lots of territorial position inside the East Grinstead half of the pitch. EG doing better as the game went on, and the goal from East Grinstead coming about 90 seconds from the end of the first quarter. Second quarter being a 0-0 affair, as both teams cancelled each other out, although both teams were making every endeavour to attack.
Right, we're about to get back underway. I've just caught up with Amy Thompson, Alex Mauser and Pippa Locke, who are currently out of action at the moment. I'm enjoying the facilities today, but the one complaint is Alex Mauser's Panini needs to come a little bit quicker from the clubhouse because she needs to get out for Q4. So if we can speed that along, brilliant. But otherwise, good to see those people on the far side supporting the sunshine. We'd like to see a little more, to be honest. Good day just to get a tan on, to be honest. And sorry to the netballers on the far side because the wind did take a lot of the water cannon spray over there, but they'll have to get over it. Right.
Ben, how would you feel if I showed the viewers what you look like?
There's no need for that, I don't think.
Just a quick flash.
People, it's best to leave it up to the imagination. You can. Which camera is it? That one there. Okay, you can go. I'm posed.
So here's our commentator for you all today.
Which one is it? That one.
I think we'll go back to the game.
Yeah, that's much better.
Probably better for everybody.
I've got a nice tan about me at the moment, though, so feel free to switch back. Right.
I think it's the lighting.
It's the lighting in the camera. So, right, Q4 underway. I'm a little bit nervous. I was saying to Simon, Wimbledon are a tricky customer, and actually a 1-0 lead Nothing, absolutely nothing. So it's going to be a really tricky last sort of 17 minutes or so. It's not going to be the most comfortable. I think any little thing is going to be given probably in the circles. Maybe some upgrades for harsh tackles, and actually we may see a bit of a nervy finish, to be honest. So corner ready for Wimbledon, some good ball movement. Paige Gillett with the big I5s to start Q4. So at the moment we've seen Toman off the top with a straight strike. We could also see Flora Peel. We might also see Paige Gillett off the top with a slap. We've also seen her run headside routine, so getting some sort of touch on the reverse stick as well. So interested to see what Wimbledon will come up with here. All right, everyone arranges themselves in the goal. Jen Eady to inject. Ball comes to Castle 2. It is a slap. It's a little bit messy, but it's been cleared. Eady doing really well and managing that. I think Tess opts to come back out. In a little inside offer. Space out here on the help side if she can find it. Plays a bit of a ball through contact there, and Wimbledon come away once more. Nice elimination through the inside. Can't go through Lily Walker though, and the edge of the circle. And it will be an EG free hit. Good inside offer by Ellie Rare. Looks to juggle the ball. Can't go past Crackles and Peel though, who are two pretty good centre midfielders who you don't really want to run into, to be honest. Giglio puts pressure on Gillett, who opts to come back out all the way through Toman, who moves the ball out to the right-hand side here. Gillett overlaps well to get numbers up on this left-hand side. Won't go past Ellie Rea, who does well to connect with Giglio. She's got space out in front of her. As I said, in phase 3, there's a couple of pool games now. So we've got, we sit currently in pool A. So we've got, obviously, Wimbledon today. Next week we have Bowden, and then the following week we have Hampstead, and that's away at Paddington Rec. So 3 sort of tougher games that we will play, 2 of which are home, which is quite nice. So if you finish higher up the table, you get more favourable games at home than away, whereas some teams are stitched up with 2 out of 3 away games. That's a bit of a loose ball dropped out. EG will make some subs. Giglio makes way for Hansford, Brown for Mason. And again, another loose ball means Wimbledon transition into attack. Rosie Hope doing really well. Beats about 3, drops back out to Rhea, who finds Mason, connects with Carlotta, and then space out for Banderak, who has it now. Quick restart in the midfield here now by Shannon. Looks to take on 2 players. Another free hit as well. Liv's been one who's been a great addition to the team. She just absolutely trains and plays like a maniac. So if you ever get the chance, if you want to come down, watch some matches, watch some training, Liv is quite phenomenal to watch. She will just hit through people. She will run incredibly hard, and she's just, yeah, trains like an absolute beast, to be honest. Which is something, a great addition she's had to the team. Bringing up the intensity for everyone else. And of course, she's had a lot of success recently with the Black Sticks, winning the Nations Cup, I think, out in South Africa. Might be mistaken, but again, I think she's captain now for them, which is fantastic to have someone who has got that level of experience to be joining our team. So back three of Mason, Hope and Carlotta right now. Simon in the midfield offers, as well as Shannon. Simon caught there, beaten by Crackle, who drops it out to Peel. Good win by Rare. Really good win. Tess picks up, looks to open up the pitch a bit more, shapes up for a diagonal backhand, and it's a little bit of a wild choice. So it does result in a Wimbledon 16.
Tell you who I think has been having a good few weeks, Sally Syme, who's really taken control of that centre midfield position, and also Rosie Hope. Last few weeks, no, that's Amelie Carter, but she's played some really nice hockey, especially today.
Yeah, the team seems to be, at the moment, peaking at the right time. Some really good results in the last couple of weeks, where actually the start of phase 2 is just not perfect. It wasn't, not that you need to be at that time, but it just wasn't quite clicking in the way we wanted to. It was a limited pre-season, some new players in, the likes of Giglio, Shannon, Tess was coming back, and just people were starting to find their way with each other. So it now seems like they've got a better understanding of what we're trying to do as a team, better understanding of each other as individuals, and it's all starting to come together at the right time, to be honest, which is exactly what we want, right? We want to peak at this sort of April, May time when those league finals happen. You don't need to win every game now to win the league. It's just about getting to the next step, then the next step, then the next step. So yeah, it seems to be going all right at the moment. Probably said the wrong thing now, commentator's courtesy.
Well, it's very difficult. 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. I always think the third quarter is probably a really crucial one. It's one of who exits the third quarter with the right level of momentum, and at the moment it feels fairly precariously balanced.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the next thing to happen, whether that's a goal for EG, a goal for Wimbledon. I think it will make it very interesting if it is a Wimbledon goal. If it's an EG goal, again, it's not dead and buried, and Wimbledon very rarely lose out by more than 2 goals, if not 1 goal. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, basically. Who's bold enough to play the way they need to play to get the right outcomes, basically. And who's actually going to be a little bit more nervous. Are EG worried about conceding more than they are about scoring another one? And are Wimbledon so head up on scoring that they miss out on defensive responsibilities? So interesting to see. So just seeing Giglio throw an aerial into the circle. What they're actually changing now, I don't know whether you're aware, Simon, they're changing the rule now to the first touch someone has on an aerial rather than necessarily the requisite 5. So in the internationals, they've been given basically 3 shots within the circle to just absolutely lamp a half volley. So they're now changing it to basically once they've had that first touch of the ball on an aerial receipt, you can then go and play, basically.
I'm still confused.
Yeah. It sounds about right. It sounds like every other umpire is as well, to be honest. Not to be harsh, but it just doesn't seem like there's clarity, even though the rule does seem clear. You must give the clear receiving player 5 before you can play at the ball. But
now I understand.
It's all it took. One explanation in a booth at the end of the season. Good. EG not letting Wimbledon out of this little cul-de-sac here. Them doing actually quite well. There's space on this side if they can find it, but they do play back into where the bodies are. And EG managed to regain the ball. A lot of space out on the right-hand side if Hope can find it. Mason carries a little bit before connecting with Banderak. Manton goes up to apply the pressure. Man's been a really key player, just been awarded a centralised contract with GB, but she is a really key player for Wimbledon, where a lot of their goals come from. Also a University of Birmingham graduate, as well as University of Exeter graduate. She was part of the team who got them into the Premier League when Exeter were in last year. But then seemingly graduated and left to go to Wimbledon. Bingham plays out towards the right-hand side.
think we're missing the faithful today. I would have expected to have heard them a bit more loudly.
They've unfortunately they've got big preparation for the end of season dinner and awards. They've got 9 holes I think they're trying to play, as well as 9 beers they're trying to sink as well.
Oh, God.
So I think they're quite caught up in the preparation phase of what is going to be a big night for them. They're big off a 7-0 win against Mid Sussex in the sun. 9 holes and then straight to awards, roll into awards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any of them watching, God help us this evening. Putting a bit of pressure there on Chloe Brown. Yeah.
Chloe, someone I would say I would want on the ball, though, if I'm being closely pressured. She doesn't really panic that often, Chloe Brown. She's, again, a key player in our indoor programme as well, like perhaps the key player, captaining us to the Euro Hockey Trophy, as well as the Super Sixes, which was absolutely incredible. So she's had quite a phenomenal season indoor, and it was also fantastic outdoor. But again, someone who doesn't really seem ever that flustered or panicked about what they're doing, and quite happy to just do the exceptional as well as the very simple. And as I continue talking, she gets on the ball now. A little inside pill, but opts to come back out through Mason. Nice couple of connections by Wimbledon, but again, Chloe Brown snuffs out the danger, plays a left foot pass to connect with Giglio.
Very clever the way Chloe changed the angle of her stick as she took the ball there to prevent it going off. She's a step ahead in everything she does.
Long pass played out the back. Another long connection. Got to apply some pressure here. Rosie Hope coming in from the wrong side now. Inside Peel. Good shot. Great save by Mila. Strong left kicker. Good extension forwards to deny.
While they set up, let's just have a look at that long pass.
You see ball on the right-hand shoulder now here. You see good opportunity to pull inside, given Rosie Hope's moving forward lots, and then a backhand shot, which Mila deals with incredibly well. Carlotta decides to go through the most difficult route rather than connecting. Just beats 3 players. Little give and go with Raya, and we're out. Hansford stands over the ball a little bit under close tension from 2 players, and Beth Bingham restarts through Crackles, who eliminates one in midfield and connects another forward pass. Really key player for Wimbledon as well. So obviously goals coming from Manton, but Peel and especially Crackles, actually really difficult players you must manage when playing against Wimbledon, who will cause you a lot of headaches. Physically very, very high quality players, as well as will just continue to make some really, really good quality connections and make you pay for any little mistakes, to be honest. Bieber Mills now looks to apply pressure to the ball. Hansford goes to keep the ball inside the middle of the pitch.
A period of pressure here for Wimbledon.
Hansford doing really well, as well as Bieber, just to work together to try and push them back, but it does open up a bit more space on other parts of the pitch. Crackles connects again. Quick pass from Peel again. As I described, making some good quality passes. Good hands at the top here. Ball inside the circle. Backspace shot. Good right kicker by Mila. And puts it into the Wimbledon player's foot. Really strong save.
I'm going to look at that because I couldn't quite see what happened. So they play the ball to the circle.
Yeah, quick receive and then a backspace shot from the Wimbledon forward.
So now Mila kicks it onto the foot.
Yeah, fantastic save. Not just keeping the ball out, but keeping possession as well. So she's been my signing of the year anyway. She's been fantastic for us. Peel out towards this left-hand side now.
Under 2 minutes remaining.
EG still with numbers up in this area, but Wimbledon enjoying a lot of possession here. Good circle entry, but it will be a long corner.
Definitely, as if my theory is right, it feels like Wimbledon's momentum is increasing.
Just enjoying more possession in more advanced areas of the pitch, to be honest. I think they haven't actually created anything super meaningful bar that last shot. They had that short at the start of the third quarter, but nothing massively clear-cut. EG doing well to contest a lot of the opportunities, but Nelly Walker goes and applies pressure. Test tucks in. Free hit right on the edge of the circle. Or they played on, in fact, Peel on the backhand, and it is across goal, dangerous. Good advantage by the umpire. Little foot at the top of the circle, but play on was the call, allowed the circle entry.
A little shout out to someone called Jamie Francis.
Oh yeah, I'll shout out to Jamie Francis. Jamie Francis is currently an Eastbourne Hockey Club member and Bees Prep School as well. Hi Jamie. Need to get yourself down here, Jam. Rather than watching online when you need you down in the sun supporting.
Here's Tess Howard.
Goes for a little juggle forward, nudge it past. It's can't be collected, and Tess just keeps going.
He's basically done half the length of the pitch.
And then chops it in towards the circle. Tess just continues to will the ball closer towards goal sometimes. There's a couple of goals against...
Maybe have a little look at that. Here she gets the ball back, beats the player, and then opts for a backhand cross to Bieber, and I think...
It's a good delivery in as well. It's a nice delivery in. Bieber just couldn't quite get on the end of it, but... Nelly Walker drifts through midfield. Shan on the outside. That does bring Q3 to a close. So score is still 1-0 to East Grinstead, which will make for quite a nervy Q4, whether we see goalkeeper changes, whether we see slightly more conservative on-ball work from EG to sort of shore up the win as we get closer and closer towards the end. We shall see.
Be great if we could get those likes up. Again, you know the rules. We do the live stream, you do the likes. It'd be great for us. Thank you very much. Jamie Francis also saying, "Come on, Wimbledon." A bit disappointing. Well, we'll come back to him later. Jamie Francis, you're on the naughty step.
You'll see Mr. Josh Pinnard there on the right-hand side, Mr. Hockey Focus himself down at the club. Good to see Josh. He won't be hearing this right now, but thanks for everything you're doing for the hockey media at the moment. You won an award over at the Hockey Writers Awards recently for Best Social Media this year, and producing some really high-quality stuff, so thank you to Josh.
So, 17.5 minutes to go.
I've been informed, Simon, that there is a lot of the Eastbourne Hockey Club massive watching us in the clubhouse, actually, because Mr. Kevin Johnson, their coach, is the Wimbledon coach, is also a coach for their men's first team as well as playing down there. So they are very much fans of Wimbledon today.
But, that's a shame. I was hoping that being a Sussex side, they would. But there you go.
That's fine. We'll take the views nonetheless. It's fine.
We will. We're appreciative that Eastbourne are showing the hockey.
They've similarly got their end of season dinner dance today, so I hope you have a lovely time. I hope you have a lovely time, guys. And Wimbledon continue this period of pressure against the home side. There's been a bit of a tumble at the top of the circle there, but I don't think umpires are super aware. Will be a Wimbledon sideline ball. Ball out towards Gillett now.
Nice first time pass there. Another one. Snuffed out by Carlotta.
Really good ball in. Yeah, you saw me just
flinching,
breathing in. Yeah, like cringing actually.
I think Mila had it covered, but
of course.
Yes.
Van der Eyck will take the restart.
There's just too much for Molling to reach there. GTG says he's sitting on the fence. May the best team win.
I hope you don't get too many splinters. So, but no, we'd much rather you were a fan of the blue and white, but we'll take it. Yeah, EG struggling at the start of this Q4 a little bit to outlet the ball. Wimbledon still seemingly with the momentum. Again, not connecting as well as we would hope, but Giglio might have won the ball back here. No, it's been blown as a Wimbledon free hit.
Well, this has got the chat going. Someone called APM says, come on EG, a couple more goals will settle the nerves. I'm not sure who APM is, but it's appreciated. It evens things up in the chat. Emma just sort of swatted that a little bit, and Wimbledon come again.
Gillett now with a bit of a wild hit in towards the circle. The double glove Merchant drops back towards the halfway line, and EG won't have another 16. Good forward pass, and Rhea tries to connect with Shannon, but the outstretched stick of Peel does really well. Denies her. Great save by Mila again. Wimbledon piling on the pressure now with another shot. Mila producing a player of the match performance already, and not uncharacteristic of her. Should be a EG ball it is.
So that's an example of your new rule where the person's first touch wasn't clean and it played it into an EG player.
Yeah, well, I think Tess was there, was clear receiver, and so I think actually the other player was still within 5 of that, to be honest. Which is why it's so nice as a tool to win corners at the moment. So you see Chucky into the circle winning penalty corners for just not being 5 or having 3 opportunities to shoot. Rosie Hope now looks to play diagonal ball back through the space to beat Manton. Brown beats her opposite number inside, looks for the appeal but keeps going. On the backhand, good delivery, nice save by Buchanan, and to Wimbledon ball on the edge. If they can counter, there's good opportunity here. They got numbers up.
Quite a lot of shouts from the supporters saying not 5, not 5. It sounds like the crowd is getting very involved in this game.
Hansford with 4 Wimbledon players ahead of her.
Not many options for her though.
No, a lot of maroon, to be honest, so not the most helpful of pictures in front of her. And does lose the ball as a result. Good tempo from Wimbledon now. Good speed of connections at the moment. Mason doing really well to manage that 1v1. Gillett asks for the ball for the quick long corner. Comes back out. Numbers up here on the right-hand side for Wimbledon. Good forward pass. Toman now with space. Plays the ball into the circle. It is a penalty corner for the away team. Quite a nicely constructed opportunity. Not what we'd ideally like to see. Not the most quick of long corners either. So was opportunity to get some structure there from the home side, but beaten on our right, unfortunately. So we have a little switch at the top. Toman actually moves into a L1 position. We've got Peel on the near castle, Manton on the far. Ball is injected. It is near castle. It is Peel. Shifts out towards Toman, looking for a little slip to beat the runner and slap it in. There's a lot of rebounds, and it drifts past the player on the post who looks to tap it in, swings and misses. And there are appeals for long corner. It's been given as a 16.
Emma Bandrak determined to calm things down.
Good penalty corner defence though from EG, just to make sure, especially those moments where that first shots happen. It's the phase 2 stuff where it can get really messy and scrappy and teams can sometimes just bundle it in. It's really well done to make sure that doesn't happen, because those are the sort of more unpredictable moments. So well done to the girls. Good forward pass by Toman. Olivia Chilton now on the ball. Tries to access the baseline. Gets dispossessed by, I think that's Bandrak.
Lily Walker there, clearing up at the back. And pinned into that far corner. Looks like there's 4 Wimbledon players around her.
Finally given, finally given as a free out.
Bieber chasing them down, as is Tess.
Chilton on the right hand side now looks to play the ball in. It is another penalty corner. Simon, how long have we got on the clock?
8 and a quarter minutes.
So in a quarter minutes for EG to survive by the sounds of it at the moment, by the looks of it. It seems like it is very much surviving. Mila doing a lot of work to keep her team within the game, but Wimbledon with another opportunity. Gillett comes in with information from coach Kev Johnson, and we'll see if they run some sort of routine or will it be another straight option. We've got
7:47.
7:47. I suspect this could be a headside routine. Gillett will make her way in for a reverse tip in as the left trapper. We'll see. We've got Toman on the right castle. It will most likely deliver. We'll see. No, it is a straight strike, but it's high. So it will be another EG free out. Bit of a wasted opportunity for Wimbledon. They're doing really well to create quite high quality moments now, but not making a lot of them. Mila Welch doing really, really well to keep the home side in the game.
We have a Lauren Johnson come on Wimbledon. Do you think that's a relation?
Yes. Hi, Lauren. I hope you're well. I'm afraid I'm going to have to enjoy the comment, but not the sentiment behind it. I am hoping for a home win. Chloe Brown now up the right-hand side here. Good left foot space offer by Bieber, but Tess is out on the left-hand shoulder. Shapes up on the reverse to deliver. Is it a backstick? Yes, it is. So sort of first EG attack we've seen there for quite a long time. Nicely created, but they are few and far between at the moment. So
lovely pass by Chloe Brown, though. I mean, firstly from Shannon bringing it out and seeing Chloe on the overlap, and then Chloe seeing Tess run up the left. Nice bit of play.
EG are creating moments, and they seem to be, once they have broken through the Wimbledon press, they are creating. It does seem very, very open compared to when Wimbledon have it, but actually they're not coming off right now, and they're so few and far between that we have to really make the most of them because they're not coming up that often. Giglio doing really well just to keep the pressure on inside the circle as well, forcing Wimbledon to try and do something here. And they do cough up possession, so I think Rosie Hope will get us started again. Lil Walkoff is in the middle. Space out for Banderak here with Chloe Brown with more on the right-hand side.
Question from Peter G. Do you think Wimbledon will pull their keeper? 5.5 minutes remaining.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Why not? I'd like to see that.
I would like to see that as well.
I'd enjoy pulling the keeper. I think that'd be quite nice.
I mean, it's the first game of 3, right? Do you do it now? Or
yeah, it depends where you want to. Well, you got to finish top 2, but you got to think they've still got to play Hampstead, who have been the league leaders. They've still got to play Bowden, Wimbledon, which may result in a Wimbledon win. But they've got to get points somewhere, and this arguably us and Hampstead are the trickier games, so they need points somewhere. I think they've got to beat at least one of us to get some points on the board, because Bowden should be points on the board for Wimbledon. I say should be, but Bowden can be tricky customers, but we'll see. I think as it's only 1 goal, we may see it a bit later, maybe 2 minutes to go. We'll see.
Yes, Howard racing over there to collect that, a free hit in for EG, I think, from a deflection. So should be Chloe Brown hungry for the ball on the opposite side of the pitch.
Tess chops one into the circle, and it is a goal. It's very unexpected.
So let's have a look at that.
It's very against the run of play, but it doesn't matter.
So is that?
Yeah, it's Bieber. Bieber just drifting the circles. Tess chops one through, but it's in space.
There's one person that will have the skill to deflect that in.
And Bieber just gets something on it. It wasn't the most meaningful of touches. It wasn't the best of touches, but it doesn't really matter. It still went in the goal. A bit of a chop from Tess into the D, but it was in space, so it's absolutely fine and legal. And then Bieber doing what Bieber does best and just getting on the end of stuff. Did one last week against Surbiton, so I think it's very against the run of play. It's been very uncharacteristic, but actually it doesn't matter at this moment. So that's EG 2-0 up. So we may see the keeper come off even quicker now, Simon, because it's only how long to play now?
3.5.
So 3.5 to get 2 goals. If they can maybe sneak some sort of outcome the next 30 seconds, Wimbledon maybe or keep them on if they can get a goal now. But actually, it's just become a even harder challenge. EG doubling their lead. So
was that Tess Howard that crossed that? So Tess and Bieber formed something of a partnership over the last few weeks. They've assisted each other on several occasions in both directions.
And someone you might be able to tell me, how many is Bieber on now for the season? Because she obviously extremely important player for us indoor with a number of goals. Was the top scorer both at the Sixes and the Euro Trophy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the answer to that, but I know who to text to find out.
I think it must be double digits now, I think, for the season. Must be double digits now. So as I said, Wimbledon with an outcome now in that 30 seconds I described. So we will see if they can sneak something here.
Just concentrate on...
So we can see Peel. Oh, is that Peel or Crackles? I think it's Peel on the left-hand castle. Not quite sure who's on the right. We may see a flick from Peel. I know she has flicked before.
2 minutes remaining. That doesn't include anything that the umpires are going to add on. There's still time for Wimbledon.
So it is far Castle. It is a drop behind. It's like a flick push. Really good on the line from Lil Walker, I think that is. But it is another corner because it's gone straight off again, but well dealt with. Nice little routine from Wimbledon to beat the first run and create an opportunity, but the flick wasn't that meaningful towards goal. It is a rear wall, so umpire ushering them to hurry up and get started.
So 1.5.
Goes Castle 2, little drop behind. It is the same routine. Really good blocking. Really strong PCD. On the rebound from Peel again. Ball looked to be dumped back in. EG dealing with it really well. There is an opportunity now to go forward. Brown with space ahead of her.
High. Very high.
Might be
racing up the left-hand side.
Might be too high. Ball chopped through. Yeah. It's not the most accurate pass, and it does mean there is loads of space now for Wimbledon to attack into. If they can be patient and create a good opportunity, something could be on here. Good offer ahead by Olivia Chilton. Drops back into the circle. EG have got to work really hard now to deny anything in towards the circle, but Wimbledon create a good opportunity here on the left-hand side. Looks to dump it back in, but low left hands on the ground, especially by Lily Walker now, means that it causes no real danger, and now Shannon can come away and just decides to relieve a bit of pressure, and so we can play press the outlet one more time.
So must be under a minute now. Our clock says 20 seconds, but we all know that there'll be moments added on by the umpires, so let's see.
And actually, it's been a much narrower affair than the scoreline would let on, to be honest.
Absolutely, totally agree.
A really enjoyable sort of battle and good moments from both teams, but it seems that actually we've snuck more moments than they have, basically. So Wimbledon actually creating quite a few penalty corner opportunities, not really converting on them. It doesn't seem to be anything of massive substance towards goal or anything that Mila can't really deal with at the moment. Lil Pills in field, connects forwards with Ray, who's got lots of space ahead of her, which I know she'll enjoy running into.
We have a comment from Alex M Sports, and there's the final whistle. Alex M Sports says that settle the nerves and goal machine.
So massive thanks to everyone watching. If you haven't liked the live stream, please do like the live stream. We've worked really hard to make sure we get you all the footage for all the Premier League games when they have been at EG. If you've come down and sat in the sun and enjoyed the hockey today, that does mean 4 wins out of 4 for the home games today. I know the women's threes have also won, so hopefully promotion for them as well. So a good day for the club, culminating in the end of season dinner. Thank you to Wimbledon for coming down for the game. Appreciate the good battle you've given us. And we will see you soon for... Oh, there I am. Hello. See you soon, everyone, for more hockey on EGHC TV. So thank you.
So we're going to close the stream with that. Thanks for watching. Best wishes to all of you down at Eastbourne. Hope you have a fantastic evening tonight. We will do too. And see you guys next week for the East Grinstead Women versus Bowden. And we will find out later how our men's team get on against Old Georgians.